Shalom. All right, so audio is good. And I'm just gonna get into this lesson. All right. First and foremost, I want to say all praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways pushing this word in all sincerity and truth. The sisters, the believers, the helps. Shalom. This is the brother Iron from the James Jamaica camp. And basically, just want to a quick exhortation, right, and a quick lesson that was inspired by a quote, right, as this title says, the lone wolf dies but the pack survives, and sometimes in this truth, brothers might feel like, hey, we need to just go through this by my own, try try shoulder the burden or fight this fight by themselves. And really and truly, the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, them actually, the ministry or the body, the church was given for a reason, right? Because hey, they were no one man can do it alone, Even the Lord Yahushai, he had his disciples, right? And primarily, mainly, he had Yahweh, he had the Father, right? But still, the Most I never sent him down for deal with the fight by himself, right? And that are the thing when they try to fight this battle on your own, you can basically you can die. You basically you crumble underneath the weight, right? Now we're gonna get into the precepts, mainly Hebrews 10. And we're gonna touch a couple definitions, as the scripture said, precept upon precept, line upon line, right? So this is Hebrews chapter 10, starting at verse 12. I'm sorry, starting at verse 22, it says, let us draw near with a true heart in full assurance of faith, right? So the first thing it says, we're supposed to draw together with a true heart. When you look up the word true, right, it'll go in a sincere, right? So first of all, you have to be sincere, right? If you're really true and real about this ministry, right, you would want to draw near you, and you basically gonna have our true heart, a sincere heart. That's what we say. Shalom to to those who push in this word now, sincerity and in truth, right? Because as you know, you have wolves among us, you have spies, you have the with everything you have the good apples and the bad apples, but we're not really worried about the bad apples because the most I would deal with that. But the key thing is that if you're really sincere about this thing, you'd want to draw near, right? It says, let us draw near with a true heart in full assurance of faith. So you have to understand the ministry, you have to understand what you're about, right? As we the brothers are going through at camp last night, if you come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation, and know what you're a part of, right? So yeah, it's full of trials, it's full of bumps, you have drops and everything, but that is why you have the brotherhood. Because that way you get this the strength from it, way you get the support from, so that you can go through the turbulence, right? So that when your time come, where whatever position the Lord put in the days to come, or whatever trial your end trial are gonna be, right? You have gathered enough strength for by drawing near to brothers, right? Both in spirit and also physically as well, coming around class and everything, the fellowshipping and all of that, where it actually benefit in the long run, them experience the end up help you, right? It says, having our hearts sprinkled from an evil conscience. Now, but then when them used to cleanse things, them used to sprinkle the blood, right? So Yahweh Shai, we're supposed to have our hearts sprinkled with the Yahweh Shai blood, right? And having our bodies washed with pure water. So basically, we're supposed to understand what we're about, stand full in full assurance of our faith, knowing what this calling is about, right? Verse 23 says, "Let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering." Right? So we're gonna touch a few points, right? in regards to the profession. Well, and again, right? So we're gonna look check on hold fast profession, right? Wavering, right? So it says to hold fast, it says to detain, to restrain, um, it says to hold fast, to keep secure, keep firm possession of, right? To get possession of, to take. So basically, we're supposed to keep this truth secure. We're supposed to basically it's a salvation here. You're supposed to be on fire, as the apostles always say. Yo. So your hold is it's supposed to be something dear to you. Or you hold fast your profession, right? You know, like somebody who don't want to lose them job, yo. Them do all them can do to keep that job, right? It says profession. It goes into option B, says what one professes or confesses, right? And when I go to the root, right, it says not to deny, right, to confess, to declare. um Third says to declare openly, speak out freely, right, to profess oneself the worshiper of one, which we are what we profess or confess that we are worshippers of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right? So we're supposed to hold that dear. That's supposed to be dear unto us, right? So he said, let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering, right? It says not inclining, firm, unmoved. So basically we stand stiffly for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right? But I'll get to the point, right? Verse 24, the point starts at verse 24, it says, and let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works, right? Word consider means, right? It says to observe, understand, to consider attentively, fix one eyes or mind upon. So we're supposed to constantly think about each other, right? We're supposed to say, hey, brother, good, so that what? As it say, we can provoke, right? So let us consider one another to provoke unto love and good works. And let's look up this word provoke, right? To incite, no, and inciting, incitement, irritation. Yeah, sometimes you have to irritate brothers. You have to make them know, hey, yo, why you not doing lessons, right? Or hey, why you do that? You know. But when you go into the root, it says yo to make sharp, and it's also to incite. So you basically influence brothers, yo. Hey, you realize that a brother might not the the verse one, like some brothers say they might have trouble getting topics. Hey, send him some articles, send him some precepts, send him some definition, give him some ideas, talk with him and based off of some things you hear him say, you might say, hey, you can do a lesson on that, you know, to stimulate, to spur on, to urge. Hey brother, yo, you need to do better. Or hey brother, continue doing what you're doing. You're doing a good job. Exhortation, right? To irritate, to provoke, arouse. Well, that's just to arouse, to anger. No, we don't want to do that, right? I guess be more there towards the negative sense, but to make sharp or sharpen or to stimulate, spur on our urge. Yeah, we're supposed to urge brothers in righteousness. And if you irritate a brother, you're supposed to irritate him in righteousness, unto what? Unto good works, right? So it's not out for your vain glory or for you just want to get on a brother for getting a brother sake, right? It's so that they can attend onto good works. And we had discussed this last night, yo. One of the reasons why Apostle Tahar basically give us the decree for 3 videos a week. One, the scripture say, oh, you give your servants work, but also each one of these videos is like a task. And the more tasks you complete, the more you're building experience with teaching the scriptures, as well as your increase in knowledge. That way you can actually apply when the most I put in when you go to your daily trials. Them you have a sharper mind on how to basically judge and gain experience. Yeah, I'll still have a fall, but at least you're more equipped to deal with the daily challenges, right? That is him urging us, sharpening us, you know, stimulating us to what, to get things done, right? Which will ultimately lead to what, our salvation. But at the end of the day, him can't get up and physically do it for you. It have to be, that's why the top part, so you have to do this in all sincerity, right? Look up the word good. It says good excellence in its nature and characteristics, and therefore well adapted to its end. Exactly. So at the end of the day, what you have your lessons supposed to be edifying, your conduct supposed to be edifying, your conduct supposed to be a way where it help, right? Affecting the mind agreeably, comforting, confirming. So basically, you want to have works that are excellent in nature and characteristics, whether it want to be a conduct, whether it be your lessons, just overall, right? I want to look up the word work, right? It says that which one undertakes to do, enterprise, undertaking, any product whatever, anything accomplished by hand, art, industry, or mind, an act, deed, thing done, right? So basically, we want for are the good works. So that is why you, this is why you consider one another, right? You observe and understand each other, and you urge and to love what, to do good works. So you do these things so that a brother can be the best version of himself that he can be, and that is the reason why you need the brotherhood, because if you do their own, a brother can urge you, a brother can stimulate you, a brother can correct you when you go off, a brother can. So guess what? When you're out there and you're in the tribulation and the challenge them come and them take you, you don't have the ease, you don't have the rest, you're confused, you just basically, you need help and you not get it. Then what happen after a while? You die, because what? You get overwhelmed and you don't have the support or the strength to get through. Right? One of the quotes that was mentioned, even my brother told me a quote last night, as they say, the lone wolf dies in the winter, right? Because if you know anything about wolves, they hunt in packs, right? Word love also is affection, goodwill, love, benevolence, brotherly love, you know, agape. So that when we all these things that we consider brothers, when we're observing brothers and things, we're supposed to provoke them onto good wrath. And as we said, this is the reason why you need to die around, so that brothers can provoke you to good wrath, right? Shalom up, right? So James true group, right? Shalom up. Yeah, verse 25. It says this is the key point. It says, not forsaking the assembling of yourselves together, right? As the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as ye see the day approaching, right? So the key part of this lesson is this word here, forsaking, right? Oh, so lucky I never met the Greek play for other definitions. So it says to abandon, to desert, right? Totally abandon, utterly forsaken, to leave behind, among, to leave surviving, right? And we actually see our brother actually out here in James the James Jamaica camp. Hey, the brother he basically decides to go upon him own. Hey, countless brothers go to your brother and say, yo, brother, don't leave, think it over. You're just being emotional right now. Just take your time, understand what the them are say to you, just ease yourself, right? And countless brother got him say, brother, don't leave, don't. And guess what? Him go upon the moon, and him dead and him dead, and him a push and him a push and him a push. And guess what? After one him burn out. So till he get to the point where him not see we anymore. We don't see him on the highways and byways anymore, right? Couple times we run into him, say him do it when him can, right? And we look on it, we say, oh, we know that they're gonna happen to him because guess what? Him out there by himself, right? Him never there talk. You can't just do this. And even in the world, even with him family and thing, him never really gel certain way. But guess what? He might try to do it all on him own. Hey, when we see the brother from afar off, hey, when we look upon him down. But the moment him see one brother them, you see him eye them just light up, yo. Him just light up. But guess what? In desert, the brother him abandon the brotherhood. Even when countless brotherhood him and say, brother, it's not that serious. You see me? Just stay around, take some time, think about it spiritually, you see me? And just move forward, Say your piece, whatever we will handle this within the camp and make peace, make things good, whatever the issue was. Right? But guess what? You abandon, and that's the thing. When you're in your trials and tribulation, I feel like you can do this all on your own. That would actually lead up to certain things. Right now, I'm gonna play the root of that word. It says to leave behind, depart from, leave, and C says to forsake, to leave oneself, a person or thing by ceasing to care for it, to abandon, leave in the lurch. Right? So when I start do the role play, you only think about me, you only think about yourself. That means you stop care for the brotherhood, you stop care, you start you don't care what happened to brothers, you just basically all for self. Guess what will happen? When I do that, when things start happening to you, who are gonna care for you? Who are gonna help you? Right? The scripture says, oh, iron sharpeneth iron, so a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend. So the brotherhood is needed, and that's why I say, oh, we're not supposed to forsake the assembling of ourselves, right? Because what will happen is that as the quote say, oh, the lone wolf dies, but the pack survives. Because what the pack of the support, right? He says, like our leave behind is use of one being called. Oh, Salakia, I says especially of dying to leave behind. Because what happened? You start slowly die, yo, right? To leave alone, to disregard it. You can't disregard the brotherhood, yo. Of those who sail past a place without stopping. You don't get to stop and refresh and restock. Get a little stretch your legs and all things so that when you go up on the next journey, or you go the next length, you can deal with it. You just go straight, I go straight, I go straight, I go straight. Your supplies are diminished, right? Your strength are diminished. You don't get to refresh. Hey, when I will go through the week, yo, on a time for class, are the best feeling of the world. Cause once I see brothers, the spirit get lifted, you're gonna hear something will get discussed. We're gonna help you with a particular problem. And also watching videos, yo. And yeah, it's good for watch videos, but you can't just watch videos alone and feel like you're getting the spirit. You have to physically their own brothers, yo. You have a fellowship with brothers. So that you can feel that energy, you can feel that spirit, you get refreshed. So that when you go back out there, everything basically balance again, everything that's good again. You feel like you get the strength to take on whatever the challenge is tomorrow or today or 5 minutes after you leave camp or whatever the issue is. And then you get solutions to problem. You get counsel. You can't say, oh brother, me I go through this, we think. Sometimes you watch a video and you get the you get counsel or something, but a video might not explain it as good as or might answer a specific question we have. When I can just turn to a brother right beside you or call up a brother and say, yo, we think, or we want more judgment, help me out. Or even if it's something you need physically, you'll be like, hey brother, I need this, like, what can go on? You know? That are the reason for the brother, because I would say we as Apostle Gabar always quoted, yo, we are all we got. Right? So you want to be a lone wolf or you want to survive with the pack? That is the thing. Right? Read it again. It says, verse 25 says, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together. So I look up the word assembling and together as well. or the same word, right? It says together in one place, right? Now when I go to the root of that word, right? It says the no, not that one. This one. The root for the root, Salakia. It says together, to draw together, collect. It says of fishes of a net in which they are caught. Hey, where how shall I say say unto Peter, yo? He said, or to him disciples, say, come and I shall make you fishers of men. Right? So we're supposed to get collect when I catch fish on it, all of them crust up and well joined, right? It says to bring together, to assemble, right? To join together, to join in one those previously separated, right? We were out in the world doing all manner of evil, yo, but now we come together to what? To make each other perfect. As the scripture before, as the verse before say, yo, leading on to good works, right? Um, Shilakya, where am I? Oh, there we go. Right, right. It says together, i.e., come together to meet, to lead with oneself. It says into one's home, to receive hospitably, to entertain. Hey, when I go around, brothers, just feel like you're the home, you feel like you're a pillar of rest, at the only place you can go for actually breeze the mind from all of the problem. Because as Paul says, comfort one another with these words. Right? So in their own brothers, the scripture, bread with the scriptures, exhortation, advice, counsel, whatever, everything just, it's like for a minute if you got all of the troubles, it's like for a minute if you got say they're in a Babylon. But at the end of the day, so sometimes when our fellowship, you have certain brother with funny as hell, yo. You come with us with a sad spirit. By the time you reach, brother have you laughing till your stomach ache, yo. And then some brothers them come in and them call in and give you a little advice, give you a pat on the shoulder and say, all right, look, continue to endure, we're almost out. Go back out there and fight like a soldier. And get that time you go out there with some confidence and some reassurance. And hey, look, hey, me know me a fight for it. Come, let's do this. But as we said before, if you don't have that, if you're the lone wolf, how you gonna get that? Right? How you gonna get that when you're by yourself? Right? How that gonna work? Right? The root for that one says to lead, right? To lead by accompanying into a place, and C says to lead with oneself, attach oneself as an attendant. So we're supposed to attach to each other like hey, you know like you have the what we do it the master and the apprentice, yo. We see one, you see the other. Or the always in the world we always have two friends, so what way where you see one, you see the next. Supposed to be close. You come like say, yo, hey, you're always the wrong. You're basically supposed to always be around each other, yo, as best as you can, obviously. Not like 24/7, 365, but as much as you can, yo, so that what we can build each other, right? It says the second definition says to lead through conduct, to lead through to conduct, right? To move, impel, or forces and influences on the mind. You know, it says to pass a day, keep or celebrate a feast. So when we come together, we have a spiritual feast. We basically bread. And we basically what? A move or motor or impel or influence the mind. We influence each other's mind unto righteousness, yo. So the brotherhood is very, very important. Don't be that lone wolf, yo. Don't be that lone wolf. Shalom Ak, Makalat. Shalom, James 5 precepts. The brotherhood is very, very important. The lone wolf dies while the pack survives. You can't do this on your own, yo. And if you feel like you can, the Lord will prove you wrong. You cannot do this on your own, right? Verse it says, continue, it says, not forsaking the assembling of yourselves together as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as ye see the day approaching. Now look up what this the word see, right? Right? Couple definitions says to see with to perceive. No, slack, yeah. I'm get to the point. Um Metaphorically to see with the eye's mind, or the mind's eye, slack, yeah. Having the power of understanding, discerning mentally, observe, perceive, discover, understand. So while we're discerning mentally that the day is approaching, or observing, or perceiving, or discovering, or understanding the times that we're in, right? To turn the thoughts or direct the mind to a thing to consider, contemplate, look at, weigh carefully, examine, right? The scripture say, measure the time diligently within itself. So when you mind upon the coming destruction, when you mind upon salvation, when you mind upon what is to come, right? Know that the day is approaching. That's why we need to draw together to keep on strengthening each other. It's like a team having say, excuse World Cup for example. World Cup coming up. When I look like well, we're not really sure about the full procedure, but I guess probably within a year or 6 months towards the competition, you see them have the camp, the team come together, the camp come together, and it's straight training up to the big event. So we basically strengthen each other, which would end with which will in the when you strengthen a brother, it help him to strengthen himself, and then when a time for perform as a team, the team perform to the best that it can, right? So much more. We basically match days coming up, so we're supposed to basically come together, train as much as possible, ensure so we're sharp as we can, so that when a time to go out there and play, we can play to the best ability, right? So basically we can work towards the salvation as best as we can through the spirit and mercy of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, of course, right? So we're supposed to exhort and uplift each other so much more as we see the approaching, right? Right? You look up the word more, it says to a greater degree, rather soon, more willingly, more readily, sooner. So we can see that. We see the prophecies popping off here. Hey, January has been a hell of a month, you know? Exhort, when you look at the word exhort, it said to console, to encourage, strengthen by consolation, to comfort, encourage, strengthen, instruct, teach, address, to speak to, right? Which may be done in the way of exhortation, entreating, comforting, instructing. So we're supposed to dare around each other, basically building up each other in the spirit, the closer we see this day coming, right? And as we say, if you're by yourself, who gonna help you prepare for that day? How you're gonna make it in the times to come, right? So hope this lesson was ever edifying. Once more, I want to say all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways pushing this word now, sincerity and truth, the sisters, the believers, the helps. Shalom.